Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming today. We would like to provide you with an update on a murder that occurred on Monday, March the 11th, 2019 in Mississauga. It took the life of a 32-year-old Michael Deabaitua-Schulde, a Hells Angels member. The murder occurred in broad daylight outside a gym located on a busy strip mall at Dundas Street close to Cawthra Road, and is an example of the reckless disregard for public safety that criminals have. Such brazen violence causes me and our community great concern. I want to assure the community that we will not tolerate this type of violence in our streets, and our officers are committed to ensuring those responsible are held to account for their actions. Over the last 3 days, officers have been working tirelessly on the case and have made 2 significant arrests related to the homicide. The 2 men arrested and charged are both believed to be associated to organized crime activity. There's also a 3rd man who investigators are looking for, who is wanted on a Canada Wide Warrant for first-degree murder. He's also believed to be associated with organized crime activity. In a moment, I will pass over the microphone to Acting Superintendent Martin Ottaway, who is in charge of our Homicide Bureau. He will provide you with all the available details. Before I do that, I would like to thank our investigators. These arrests reflect the hard work and dedication of our employees who show their commitment to community safety every single day. Organized crime investigations are highly complex, and I assure you our Homicide Bureau, along with the support of other areas in our organization, are working diligently to put the suspects before the courts and hold them accountable. These arrests are examples of the quality of Peel Regional Police investigations and the tenacious work of our officers. I would also like to thank Montreal Police for their invaluable assistance in this investigation. Thank you, and I will now pass the mic over to Acting Superintendent Martin Ottaway.
Thank you, Chief. Thanks, everyone, for coming. As Chief McCord mentioned, we're pleased to report we've made 2 significant arrests related to the brazen daytime murder that occurred earlier this week. On Monday, March 11th, 2019, at approximately 11:18 a.m., Peel Regional Police were called to a commercial plaza in the area of Dundas Street and Cawthra Road in Mississauga for reports of a shooting. Police responded and located a man suffering from gunshot wounds. 32-year-old Michael Deabaitua-Schulde from Mississauga was transferred to a trauma center where he later died as a result of his injuries. Our investigation has revealed that this was a targeted attack. With support from the Montreal Police Service, we located 2 suspects in the Montreal area, and they were arrested last night. The first suspect is Markins Vilme, V-I-L-M-E. He's a 28-year-old man. He'll be charged with first-degree murder. The second suspect is Jonathan Martinez Reyes, M-A-R-T-I-N-E-Z hyphen R-E-Y-E-S. He's a 27-year-old man. He will be charged with accessory after the fact and murder. Both men are from the Montreal area and are believed to be involved in organized criminal activity. The suspects are currently being held by the Montreal Police and will appear in court in Montreal, where they will be remanded into custody. Investigators have also identified a 3rd suspect involved. He is Joseph Pallotta, a 38-year-old man from the St. Leonard area of Quebec. He is considered armed and dangerous and is currently wanted on a Canada Wide Warrant for first-degree murder. Beside me, as you'll see, is a photo of Joseph Pallotta. We ask that if anyone has seen him or has any information about him or his whereabouts or has information about this investigation, to please contact the Peel Regional Police Homicide Unit at 905-453-3311, extension 3205, or your local police department. You can also report anonymously to Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. As previously reported in the media, we located a blue Honda Civic which was located on fire in the area of Rymal Road and Tompkin Road in Mississauga. Our investigation has determined that this was the getaway vehicle used by the parties responsible. As this is a very fluid and ongoing investigation, I have a very limited amount of information I can share with you at this time. We're continuing our investigation into further suspects who may be involved. Peel Regional Police takes pride in our high homicide solvency rates. Our success can be attributed to the skill and determination of our investigative teams and the support we have received from the public and other police agencies. Community involvement is instrumental in keeping Peel Region safe. We're committed to the community's safety, and it will continue to be our highest priority. Thank you. I can now take some questions, but just as a reminder, this is an ongoing and fluid investigation, so some details I won't be able to speak on.
Are the suspects members of any of a biker gang?
No, they're not.
Are they connected to a biker gang?
The investigation's ongoing, but I can say they're not part of any outlaw motorcycle gang.
The victim, what was his level of involvement within the Hells Angels? What does a full patch member mean?
He is a member of the Hells Angels, the Niagara chapter, and I don't have as far as background and length of time he's involved in that gang. I can say he is a well-entrenched member of that motorcycle gang.
What does this say to the people of Peel Region about what's happening with outlaw motorcycle gangs and organized crime in this region? You said this is a brazen, violent shooting that happened at a busy strip mall. If I live in this area, should I be concerned that there's an escalation of violence?
What I can say is this was a targeted attack. There was no danger other than obviously where it happened and happening during the daytime in the plaza. The target of the attack was our victim, and there was no member of the public that would have been targeted at that time.
But still, this was a parking lot, 11 in the morning, where there were many businesses and people were walking, and people heard the shots, and other people would have seen this. What's going on in your region with these outlaw motorcycle gangs and with organized crime?
Well, I can't say the region of Peel does not have any motorcycle gang chapters within our region. We are very active and work with our partner agencies in outlaw motorcycle gang investigations and activity, and it is a priority to us.
Can you say why 3 people would come all the way from Montreal to attack this man at this particular location?
The motive of what's taken place is still under investigation. I can't get into those specifics right now. As I said, this is still an ongoing investigation. We're still interviewing witnesses as we speak, so in order to maintain the integrity of this investigation and not influence any potential witnesses, I can't get into any potential motive at this time.
Do you believe other members of the Niagara Hells Angels are in danger at this point, any more than normal?
I don't have any information right now indicating of any further attack or anything like that as far as it goes with the Hells Angels.
Was the victim a suspect or even previously convicted for any serious crimes, murders, drug trafficking, anything of that nature?
All I can say is that he was known to the police. I won't be able to get into anything further than that.
The suspects, they're not known to be part of a biker gang, so are they part of a mob in Montreal?
I can't get into
Crime family?
into any particular details. All I can say is they're associated to organized criminal activity.
Are you concerned about retaliation given, we have a member of the Hells Angels and you're saying these suspects are allegedly involved with organized crime? Obviously, this could cause another shooting.
That's obviously part of our investigation that we'd be looking into. But as I said, right now, we don't have any indication of any further violence that we're aware of at this point in our investigation.
Was the victim armed when he was shot?
I can't get into those details right now.
Why do you say they torched the car, their getaway vehicle? Why would you say they did that?
I believe they've torched that vehicle in order to dispose of evidence, potential other evidence that we could have obtained to identify them.
Were they successful in trying it, or were they not successful?
I can't get into the exact details. Obviously, this is because of the investigation that's still ongoing.
So are you alleging that?
The vehicle at the time did not appear to be completely burned out on the inside. If there were three men getting away in that vehicle, someone's in the backseat, I mean, can you comment on the extent of fire damage to the vehicle?
I can't because that does form part of our evidence in this investigation, so I can't get into that detail right now.
So the gentleman that is charged with being accessory after the fact, is he the driver?
I can't get into specifics of what each person's role is at this time.
With the vehicle, were there any weapons recovered inside? inside a vehicle, or have they been tossed somewhere?
I can't get into that as well.
What's Joseph Pallotta's criminal history? Does he have previous charges? Is there a chance he could be tied to any other shootings that we've seen around the GTHA in recent years?
As I said, he is known to the police. I can't get into his exact criminal history, but I can say that I do not have any information at this time that he's involved in any other shootings.
What would you advise him to do?
I advise him to contact a lawyer and contact our homicide bureau and turn himself in.
I may have missed, he came from Montreal as well. Is his home base Montreal?
Yes, he's from the St. Leonard area, Quebec.
Do we believe he's back in Quebec now or in Ontario, or you don't know?
We don't know.
Was it 2 or 3 people involved in the attack?
I can't get into the number right now. We are aware of how many people are involved in this homicide investigation, but again, as we do have things ongoing right now, I can't get into
Was it
specifics.
caught on video? Was it video in the plaza?
We are in the midst of reviewing video surveillance that's in that area.
On the morning of the shooting, did the victim get inside the gym to ask for help, or did he, was he located in the parking lot?
I won't be able to get into the exact specifics. That the attack did start in the parking lot, and it did end in the area of the gym.
Considering historically how shootings have taken place between crime families, between bikers, what is one of your paramount concerns now moving forward in the weeks ahead?
Well, right now, our first concern obviously is arresting all the parties responsible, locating the people who are outstanding, and making those arrests. Part of our investigation obviously would involve all aspects. If there's any concern about any further violence, that would also be made the highest priority.
Is there any known history between the Hells Angels chapter from Niagara and this organized crime organization in Montreal area? Have they got a history of violence between them?
As far as the investigation's going, again, I can't get into what may form part of our motive in our investigation in order to maintain the integrity of that case that we have moving forward. So,
You know what, when we hear of this guy was a member of the Hells Angels, a full member, that really could be alarming to many people who live in Peel. And you say there are no organized or outlaw motorcycle gangs here in Peel. That being said, there are obviously members that live here. What would your message be to the public about the fact that this happened? Because I know tonight if we tell people that this guy was a full member of the Hells Angels, that'll raise some concern. Why would someone like this be targeted? What does the Hells Angels group do?
well, we believe the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is organized criminal activity. I have to be careful how I get in, so I don't get into motive. But what happened on Monday, we believe obviously is he was targeted for a reason. So we take that seriously. We take all organized crime activity seriously, and we investigate to the fullest extent.
There was a shooting, crime boss killed in Manhattan this morning. Do you know any link to that with this activity?
That's the first I've heard of it. So no. Chief.
Thank you. So in closing, I just want to say a couple of things. Number one, in answer to the Hells Angels. Hells Angels, members of Hells Angels reside in all different parts of this province. The fact that they reside in different parts of the province, here in Mississauga, I can assure the community that this still remains one of the safest communities within Canada. And we will put all the efforts that we have to put into this to make sure that we maintain that safety. This was clearly a targeted shooting, and this was the individual that was the target of that shooting. So thank you very much. And Acting Superintendent Ottaway will still be around for some of you to have a conversation afterwards.